one of the things we human beings do that makes us unique and sets us apart from the animals is that we like to make meaning. That is, we tell stories about ourselves to help us understand who we are and what life's about and why things are important or not as important or whatever it might be. And this is quite helpful for us because it helps us make our way through life, and it can sometimes be problematic because being as we are not completely all seeing and all knowing and all understanding, sometimes tell bum stories that are not particularly helpful or true. So in the passage that we're going to look at on Sunday at Mustard Seed, which is in Luke's Gospel still, we're still journeying in Luke's Gospel, and it's Luke chapter 13, 1 to 9, Luke chapter 13 verses 1 to 9, we are going to hear Jesus responding to some local trauma, some dramatic events that have happened recently where it sounds like Pilate, in some kind of police action perhaps, murdered, it seems, some worshippers who, as it's said in the text, mingled their blood with their sacrifices. So Pilate mingled their blood with their sacrifices. I take that to mean that they were involved in some kind of ritual worship involving sacrifices, and they were murdered in the process. And the inquirers to Jesus are asking, or the stories that are being told about this are, these people must have done something really bad for that to happen to them. And then there's another story where a tower in Siloam fell on a bunch of unsuspecting people. And again, the story being told is people for whom that kind of thing happens to, they must be really bad people. And Jesus wants to say to everyone that actually no, these events happen and they're not connected to how good or bad the people are. In fact, he says, unless you repent, you will find a similar end. And you might think, well, hang on a minute, does that mean your blood's going to be mingled with your sacrifices? Or does that mean a tower is going to fall upon you? And you won't be surprised to find out that I don't think necessarily either of those things are the case, but you will find an end in which you don't have a purpose. You will live your life and die, and it won't mean very much at all. And so it's a challenge in a way to find the meaning and the purpose of your existence. And so he debunks the kind of meaning story that is being put out there, that when bad things happen to you, you must be a bad person. We know enough now to know that that isn't the case. Life has many seemingly random events in it, and stuff happens to us not always, in fact not even necessarily usually, according to the way we behave. It just sometimes happens that we're unlucky enough to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, or whatever it might mean. But the way we respond to it, that's the point at which we have some power, some decision. That's the part that tells us more about who we are and what we believe and where our convictions lie. So the second part of the reading is a story about a vineyard where there's a fig tree and the fig tree isn't bearing fruit. So the owner of the vineyard says to his groundsman, why should I keep this fig tree? It's absolutely worthless, useless to me. It doesn't produce anything. Dig it up, shouldn't even take up the ground that it's on. We can plant something useful there. And the groundsman basically says, look, give me another year, see what I can do with it. I'll stick some fertilizer in it, in the ground, and see if we can get a fig out of it or something like that. And here we see Jesus highlighting that things have purpose, they have fruit, they're there for a reason. And if we can't find that fruit, that reason, then it is kind of meaningless. There is kind of no point. And who wants to meet the end of going through your life and having it have no point, being meaningless. So we're going to talk about that at Mustard Seed, as we do, with our champion group of people that are they're so lovely to be with. I feel very fortunate to have such an incredible team of, they're not a team, they're a body of people that are fantastically supportive of each other and myself, and offering their gifts and their skills each week. Every now and then we're one down and we've realised how much we appreciate every single one of them. Thinking about you, Simon. So hoping that you might join us, because I think you'd really enjoy it. I do. They're good people. Have good conversations, good to worship together. You can join us online with the Zoom platform, and there's a link that I can send you if you're interested, or you can join us in person at our little stone chapel at the Quarry Green in Ultimo. Mostly you can join us on Facebook when it works, which it doesn't always, and technology, insert expletive. Anyway, God bless. There's so much going on in the world at the moment that could make you sad, but the miracle is God is with us. God is among us. God is in us, and we are called to life. Let's live that life to the full. God bless you. See you soon.